Welcome to Monster Men.
Oh, how are you?
Oh, is more like it.
Oh, Bob Hope.
Because we're talking about a porno.
Yeah, it was so weird. And I called up to my wife and I said, "Hey, are we going to watch that porno?" And my kids are like, "What? They're announcing this now?" No matter how many times I told it to my wife, she kept going, "What? Wait, is this an actual porno?" I'm like, "No, it's the name of the movie."
Let's tell everybody what we're doing so that we don't scare a bunch of people off, I guess.
Yes. So Fangoria, when the magazine came back out, they're also producing movies, including Satanic Panic, Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich. So got a good little track record going. This movie was supposed to be in theaters, quarantine prevented from coming in theaters. So what Fangoria did was they teamed up with several theaters around the country. And what we did and what you could do is you pick your theater. So I picked the Alamo by me. And you buy the movie to stream at home. So I assume they're sharing, the $12 ticket price with the movie theater, and you stream it. So this way, you're catching a brand new horror flick, and you're supporting your local theater that I'm sure needs it bad.
I'm gonna put up the screenshot of all the theaters, but they include the Music Box Theater, the Plaza Theater, Philadelphia Film Society, Film Bar, Row House Online, Screenland Amore, Gateway Film Center, and North Park Theater. So Alamo is the only one that's anywhere near me. And I also went to several Alamos in Austin, Texas. So I love that place.
Yeah, me too. That's the one thing. There are two things I miss with this stupid madness. Going to the Alamo and baseball.
Yeah.
Those are the two things. Everything else I could care less. It can all go away.
I'll tell you what. The first time I ever went to Alamo was in Austin. A friend of mine lives down there. And we saw School of Rock in the Alamo, and I had already seen School of Rock, but I love that movie. And just sitting there, like drinking a beer and eating some wings and watching School of Rock in a movie theater, I was like, "Oh my god, this is like the greatest place in the world."
Exactly.
And now they had all that Mondo stuff in the lobby.
I'd love it, man. We support them so hard. Well, I think we're going broke from all the support. But they've also ruined me because I don't know how to go to a movie theater and watch a movie without a beer.
Well, that's it. Yeah, so the one by you is, half hour from me. So I can't get there on a weeknight now I could with the traffic.
Exactly.
It's hard. But yeah, if there's ever, they like have an air popper and you get your popcorn in like one of those salad bowls, those big chrome salad bowls.
It's real butter.
Real butter.
It's bottomless.
And I remember I saw the Killing Joke cartoon movie, the animated Batman movie there. And before they showed some of the extras from the DVD, which I actually bought the Blu-ray of, and then I saw that it was playing there. I still have not opened the Blu-ray because I saw everything at the Alamo that night. But they also show trailers and stuff like that and related other fun stuff before the movie starts.
Right.
So it's
they curate their coming attractions there. So it's all stuff that's kind of related to the movie. And some it's cool. Like you'll watch like, going, what? How could this be related to this movie I'm going to watch? And because they'll pull out weird stuff from foreign movies and commercials and stuff, and you'll be like, oh, now I get it.
The closest thing we have to it in Connecticut is the Avon Theater, but they don't bring food stuff to you, but you can buy drinks and stuff like that now.
Oh, you can now?
Yeah, you can get like wine and beer and stuff like that. And they show all the old they will definitely show older movies, but it's not quite as Quentin Tarantino-esque as the Alamo.
Not as hip, man. So let's get into this movie. So you and I watched it yesterday. Did you watch it the day before?
Yeah, I watched it on Thursday. And it's Saturday now.
It was nice to be able to put on a porno in the house without feeling any shame.
So actually, we should tell people ahead of time, when you do this, you have to have a Vimeo account.
Yes.
And you pay, and then you get the Vimeo app for my TV. That's what I did. And so there's a couple of extra steps to do this, but it's worth it to support the theater. And now I've got Vimeo running on my TV.
Yeah, these two old guys figured it out.
Yeah.
Even got it to work on my Roku. So I was like, oh, awesome. So yeah, settled down. And I will say this movie hit a very important thing for me in the very beginning: sex and boobs,
Oh
right
yeah,
off the bat. I
definitely.
mean, two dudes peeking in the window at a couple having some
That's right.
pretty good sex, and I was like, my wife was going, "Come on, this really is a porno." I'm like, I don't know.
I thought that that was going to be that we were in a porno movie, and then they were going to pan out to the people watching the porno movie, but
Right.
instead it was guys watching people through a window.
Mm, not creepy at all. And then I go, I can't get caught doing this again.
So the gist of this movie is it's a horror comedy
Mm,
about a movie theater run by a severely conservative Christian guy
ultra
and
Christian.
his staff, which are in various levels of following his beliefs.
Yes, they have some faith, but
Uh,
they're also struggling with hormones.
yes. So they have like a circle of prayer before they kick off the night.
Dude, that circle of prayer. Now, because they just go from peeking at this couple having sex to boom, we're in this theater and there's a prayer circle going on. I'm going, I think that's a brilliant idea because I thought they ran a porno theater and I'm thinking a prayer circle before porno would be great. Like I was expecting them to say like, please absolve us of our sins for this filth we're about to show. But no, they're running a regular theater. And Jack, what are the two movies they're showing? Do you remember?
They're watching. Shoot, I can't believe now that you said this. I'm spacing. It was oh, damn.
Because this gives you an idea of when it's set.
Oh
There's no crying.
oh yeah, A League of Their Own, and what was the other? It was a super 80s movie.
Encino Man.
Encino Man. That's it. Because that was the one. It was because they had the stand up or something, didn't they?
Yeah, well they had like a caveman and they had like a mannequin and a baseball. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
they're really go all out at this theater.
Uh, so the gist of the synopsis would be that they discover a hidden room in the theater, and then they find like old films or something, and they put in a movie that turns out to be a cursed porno movie
Mm-hmm.
that kind of mesmerizes some of them.
It was funny. At one point, one of them says, "Is this what all pornos are like?" And I'm like, "No, it's not what all pornos are like. It's like a lot of flashing lights and weird imagery and
Yeah.
symbolism and ugh."
And I mean, this is in the synopsis, so this isn't a spoiler. They release a sex demon, or I guess a succubus.
Succubus, not to be confused with an incubus.
Right. Although this turns into like the demon kind of stalking people, but I heard this on some other review of this movie that said it's equal opportunity. So sometimes it's a woman seducing a guy, sometimes it's a guy seducing a woman, sometimes it's a woman. Like they cover all the combinations that
Guy seducing a guy. There's a lot of seduction going on.
Yeah, it's not. It's equal opportunity seduction.
Yes, but not equal. Well, no, I'm sorry. I was going to say not equal opportunity nudity, but yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is quite graphic. If you're looking for ween,
You almost got a spit take on that one.
there's a whole lot of ween going on in this movie. I mean, graphic ween.
And when the naturally the succubus is played by some gorgeous model.
Oh, yeah, she is a model, as a matter of fact. Caitlin Pierce plays Lilith, the succubus.
Oh, is that her name, Lilith?
Yeah, yep.
Of course.
The only two names that really stuck in my head were, well, no, three: Todd, Ricky, and Heavy Metal Jeff. It's hardcore, man. It's hardcore. And I'm thinking at that day, that time, there was a distinction between heavy metal and hardcore, and people were very hardcore about expressing that difference.
Well, even back then, because I was like a hard rock with with shades of heavy metal,
Right.
but I was more like the Zeppelin, classic rock, Aerosmith,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. with a couple of bands that crossed over into what would be technically heavy metal, and then more like 80s hair metal, but not like the harder core Anthrax kind of stuff or whatever.
You like the fun stuff that the girls like, so you could be with the girls. I understand.
That was Def Leppard and Bon Jovi.
I totally did that.
Those two bands were a godsend to a guy throwing a party.
Did you have a jean jacket with Houses of the Holy painted on the back?
I never had the jean jacket. I wanted one really bad. My friend had one painted of Kiss Destroyer. It was hand painted and was freaking amazing. It wasn't a silk screen. And it was like the greatest jacket. And I wanted to get something, a Zeppelin or whatever. I had 1,000 concert shirts like from the flea market, so I didn't have to go to the concerts. I just wore them. But I had a jean jacket, but I just had like pins.
Yeah, I had a kid up the block who painted them, and also he was friends with my friend Mike, who we go to Chiller with, and Mike used to paint those jackets.
I would commission him right now to paint a jacket for me.
Man, I'd have to decide what that's going to be.
Yeah,
that's going to be a rough one.
It'd be a tough call, but
I think it'll be Madonna's Like a Virgin.
If he could do the Molly Hatchet album cover.
That was the greatest album cover ever.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So back to the movie.
Yeah.
So I will tell you, it starts off really funny and weird, because that opening section, I'm like, wow, what are we in for here? I like the whole Christian take on this. Discovering this hidden room, which is behind this flimsy red curtain. How did nobody?
Well, there was like a crazy, I don't know, homeless guy or something like that.
Yeah, the son of Klaus Kinski,
who basically like is running around the theater and bursts through a wall, like a boarded up, not very strong, like balsa wood.
I know, just pallet wood that you find in a supermarket. By the way, his character's name in this was Lord Beekman.
Nice.
Didn't catch that while I was watching it, but nice to know he was a lord. So yeah, beneath this Christian theater, and by the way, the owner has given the girl, Chaz, she's now become the assistant manager, so this is her first night in charge. And they have this Friday, like when the movies are over, they can pick which movie they want to watch together.
Uh-huh.
So there's a fight between Encino Man and League of Their Own. So this is all on her. So she has to make these decisions about there's a crazy naked man running through walls and stuff. Do we call the owner? She's like, no, let's go down there. So what we find out is there's an entire whole other movie theater underneath this theater that used to run stag films. And in fact, a couple of the porn stars, one I recognized on the posters on the wall. I was like, oh my God, that's old. She's old school. I mean, this is like old porno theater. So yeah, we knew there's a little supernatural stuff going on because it's obviously there's been a fire, and as they're going through all the cans with the film, one is like glowing red, and this kid just picks it up like, oh yeah, sure. Random red light glowing out of this. This should be good.
That was part of what gave the movie its charm, though, because it had that exaggeration of things. Because there's low budget production quality to this, but it just immediately sets your expectations of, okay, we're in a fantasy movie that's funny, so you just let things like a glowing canister of film roll.
Yeah. And look, if you've ever wanted to know what the phrase blow your balls off means, this is the movie for it. I will say, once after they watched the porno movie, I spent the next hour going, what? Where is this going? What is this? I mean, I was on unsteady ground for the entire movie, which normally I don't like, but I was actually kind of digging the vibe of it.
Yeah, you kind of don't really need to know what's going on because it's just kind of like scene after scene of pandemonium and panic as each person is getting haunted by the succubus, cornered, separated,
trapped,
seduced.
A lot of seduction going on with Lilith.
And listen, anytime the movie came anywhere close to dragging, once the succubus showed up, that's where all the best parts were that.
Although, here's as I'm watching the movie, I'm going, all right. I said I like this movie. I don't know how deep this is going to go into me, you know. Just to keep with the porno thing. But then something happens to one of the characters that was so squeamish. I mean, I was curled up on the bed. I'm like, that's what I'm going to remember this movie for. And hey, whatever it takes to make a movie memorable, I will never forget what they showed here, quite graphically.
I love, there's a scene, or there's, I don't want to give away too much, but there's a hidden camera, and they observe somebody getting seduced by the demon. And there's a point where, like, something sneaks into the frame.
Yeah.
And they're watching it, and somebody's like, what is that? And they're like, what? And they go, no, that. I thought that was cool.
And there was I like some cool twists with the characters too. So a lot of the characters started this way, and it wasn't like a progression thing of like, oh, they grew in the arc of the story. It was, they had cover stories and they lived different lives. And I think that's all about this Christian culture that they were living in, where you can't be yourself. I thought that was really cool, except for Chaz, who seemed to, with her purple hair and her devil's makeup on, she didn't care. Didn't she remind you of Lizzie Kaplan?
Oh, yeah. There's definitely a Lizzie Kaplan vibe.
And Heavy Metal Jeff kind of, I said, wow, he looks like Tom Savini. My wife goes, yeah, cross with Steve Buscemi. And he's like this former, in his mind, addict, holy roller, pain, like every schmuck guy who's in rehab you've ever talked to.
Well, yeah, listen, I went to a lot of youth group stuff, and there was all profiles of different people, from the really sincere, dyed in the wool, to somebody who's there to be a part of something, to the person seeking redemption.
Yeah.
And like 2 months ago, they were, banging heads in a parking lot somewhere, and, now they've found God. So actually, I kind of like the dichotomy of backgrounds of the people.
Dude, I know a lot of Heavy Metal Jeffs in my lifetime. So his character is right on the nose. I also know some peakers. So those guys are on the nose too.
The best thing about this movie, I think, is that it, especially for schmucks like us, we're the demographic, because we're the right age to appreciate.
Yep, exactly.
This is yet another, like, this one's made for horror fans. So if you're a horror fan, this is a love letter to you. It's a comfort food for you.
If you're a porno fan, which I suspect everyone who watches us is, this maybe isn't so much an homage to your favorite thing. I think you're expecting a lot of porno you're not going to get, but you do get enough. I think you get enough.
I really liked the supernatural stuff, the nature of the film. Like, whenever you saw the clips from the film, I thought that was great. I thought that was really well done. It was creepy.
It was very off-putting. But yeah, you'll definitely never in your life see a porno movie that looks like that, unless Glenn Danzig directs a porno movie. Then you might, because it did look like Veronica.
I was kind of hoping that because we paid the $12 to support the theater, that maybe we'd also get a free digital download of the porno movie Occult film.
That's a great giveaway. They should make a full length. Yeah, that would not be an enjoyable porno movie.
Put it on the background during a party.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, Fellini makes a porno movie. Fellini and Danzig team up.
Jeez.
But yeah, this is a fun movie. I don't think this is going to be everyone's cup of tea. I think a lot of people might. I mean, there are moments where I wish they pushed it a little more towards the funny side. There were moments that lag a little, but it didn't matter. I just sat back and enjoyed the ride.
It was a very great way to support a movie theater. If you go to Fangoria.com/watch porno, I believe is that's where the info. So if it's like May 2nd right now. And this is going to come out on regular VOD on May 8th. And we're not sure when the proceeds towards movie theaters ends. So you might want to check on Twitter for your theater to see if they're tweeting about it, or if you can find links on Fangoria for it. Or if not, keep an eye out for more stuff like this.
Yeah, we would have done it sooner, but we didn't find out till late. But happy to support Fangoria, happy to support Alamo. Fangoria is doing a great job with their film production. And this is the director, Keola Rosella. I hope I didn't kill that. This is his first full-length movie. He's done a bunch of shorts before that. And I think the writer, most of the writer, and I think most of the actors, this is like they're pretty new to the game, which is cool to watch all these people kind of like, they're just going to grow. So I want to see what this director does next.
I think it helps to have unknown actors in the roles.
Yeah.
We're not referring to anybody as the actor name.
Right. Doesn't detract from it. Oh, by the way, the other Fangoria movie they did, VFW.
Oh, so those
highly
are three great movies.
The best Puppet Master movie ever made.
Best Puppet Master.
Satanic Panic is such a blast. I just rewatched it last week. And then VFW.
It's on Shudder. And VFW might be my favorite out of all three of those.
Yeah, that was... I want to own that. Gotta own it.
So, yeah, cheers to Fangoria.
Yeah, good job, guys. So, if you can, folks, if you see this, go check out the website, see if you can support it. If not, hey, just go to VOD. Download the movie, because we got to support the community here.
When can you watch a porno and not be ashamed of it?
Right. You can watch a porno with your mom.
Exactly.
Some people might anyway. I don't know. I don't know what kind of people are lurking out there.
All right. Well, good job. You spotted this one. So
yeah, man. I'm going to go back to my virtual book fair now. Woohoo!
All right, everybody. Go watch a porno, and we'll see you next time on
Monster Man.
Monster Man, Monster Man.